One, men are incapable of love. First and foremost, guess what women are looking for from y'all? They are putting up with a lot of drama from men because they are looking for something like love that they were meant to be themselves. They were meant to love themselves. But instead, because the system then created it this way, they are looking outside of themselves for something, for men to give them something that they're not capable of giving. And here's the reason why the male is not capable of giving you that. Because not only are y'all battling testosterone and you're battling the pecking order, which means that you're in competition with other men, you are also battling your nature to try to not impregnate as many women as you can. This is the biological code that's going on in you. So you have to take a certain amount of willpower just to govern your own biology, to govern the thoughts that goes across the male's mind. You have to put so much energy into that. Then the woman is wanting you to be an equal partner that behaves and thinks like a woman, which is not something that y'all are going to be able to do, because not only with that, you have the system that has unrealistic expectations that males have to meet. So since males have an issue with communication, males have an issue with trying to express how they feel. A lot of them don't even know how they feel in their own body. They're not going to even be able to understand and carry the load that women are asking them to carry, which only burdens men down even further from reaching this quote unquote thing called love. So what we're asking the average male to do is to be the top 1% of man, which is not likely in a system like this, and then have women accept the man with the idea that he can be this 1%. It's inevitable dysfunction. The only way that a relationship with a man can work from the woman is for her to not expect him to do anything. She shouldn't have any expectations on him. Right? And she really should just do the majority of the stuff by herself and allow this male to do whatever it is and get it together whenever he gets it together.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Gosh, something wrong here.
I've been onto this biological female for quite a minute. I've been on her for a while. I've actually made a couple of videos about her and shit. And in one video, I rated social media, fair use, and I discovered just how much of a fraud she is, whatnot. And I'm not one to stand on I'm not one to stand on any bullshit, okay? I'm not for the shits, okay? Now, I understand that she may identify a certain way because it's beneficial for her. I don't know. Maybe she's gone full alternative community and shit, but she is a mother. She has a child. In the clips that I saw back in the day, she would sit and play her piano and, other musical instruments and with her daughter. I think it's a daughter, and she looked happy. And she was just, full of joy, and then something happened and shit. If you're gonna tell me that she got that way from some guy cheating on her and shit, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what her personal history is, but she seems to have gone way past the line. Okay, she's gone habitually overstepped the bounds. I don't know if she's received any therapy, any comprehensive, therapeutic treatment and shit for mental disorder. But even back in the day, when I first encountered her, I thought she was trolling and shit. She was a truck driver and a car saleswoman and shit, or salesperson and shit, to be more politically correct. She was all of these things, and she was touting it in our face and posting thirst traps and shit with a push-up bra. Yeah, the underwire ain't helping. Strong little body and shit. She was in the military. She actually went to the She was actually stationed at one of the military bases I was stationed at, over there in Virginia and shit. And I just laughed my fucking ass off because I know, looking at her face and listening to the inflection in her voice and shit, that she probably was a pincushion from some staff sergeant. I just saying, just an opinion. Okay, I'm not saying that's fact or anything, allegedly and shit. She's probably litigious too and shit, but she's a scam artist. Okay, she's a scam artist and a misandrist. An elite misandrist and shit. Almost to the point, there's some black women in our community that subscribe wholesale and just out of the closet with the misandry, and she's way out of the fucking closet. She's out of the closet 2 cities over and down the street with the bullshit. And I'm not for the shits. But after a while, I just got tired of making videos. I think I made 3 or 4 videos about this silly ass woman. Okay, and then she is a silly ass woman and shit. And what makes her dangerous is that vampiric nature of overt black female misandry. That you heard that right. The vampiric nature. They're not content to cook in their own juices. That hatred. Okay, they're not content. They must bring other people into what I can only call a trauma bond. Okay, a trauma bond, a classic narcissistic trauma bond. It's a bubble. Okay, it's a big invisible bubble and shit. And most of these people have no personality, no identity, no agency, no true agency, right? And so to make themselves feel like a whole person, they have to get other people to subscribe to the nonsense that comes out of their mouth and shit. The more the merrier, so they can hide and buffer themselves from discovery, by the outside world. They hide away, and they get these people in this bubble, right? And they just have these trauma bonds, and they keep them always, they'll keep you always on the run, always in a heightened sense of awareness and shit. They'll heightened sense of anxiety. There'll never be peace in the house. Everything, they'll make you do everything up to and including a blood oath of fealty to them and shit. And your reward is makeup sex and just shit, more talking and sharing origin stories that may or may not be true, skewed in their direction and their favor. And you'll feel beholden to them if you're a weak-willed person and shit. And you'll be a people pleaser and shit, and they'll eat you alive. Okay? Eat you alive and shit. Sell the discard. They have to find another person and shit because you get boring once you're fully indoctrinated. And then there's the discard, She'll manufacture some discord and eject you from that same bubble that you were nurtured in, reformed. And then there's 2 of them now. There's 2 of them. Okay? Obviously, I know a little bit about this, okay? I have quite a bit of experience with the narcissists of all creeds and colors and gender, identities, okay? You know all about it. Princella, or Princella Clark, or the Queen Maker. I don't know how she can make a queen. She can make any queens, okay? With a strap in her pants, okay? Dressed up, with that Chance the Rapper cosplay on and shit. I don't know, but I tell you what, it looks like she's back on her shit after post-election. More idiots, more males, more weak beta male simps are giving her a mic to speak into. She has a website and she's charging women a couple $100 for a complete and utter bullshit. Okay, all right. Those 3 rules I posit and shit in my videos, and I don't present myself as some paragon of virtue. I'm simply a regular guy. I've lived a life and whatnot, and I've made a lot of mistakes and whatnot. I feel that those mistakes I made and the things I experienced in the negative or otherwise can be helpful to the community at large, specifically straight black men. Okay? Straight black men. Because a lot of us, whether you realize it or not, you're in a narcissistic bubble too. It's called the current ethnic black community of these United States of America, 3Ks and said. Your job, your box that you sit in is to be the boogeyman of the world and the scapegoat and shit, and carry all that bullshit on your back and spine like Atlas from Greek myth. Alright? And a lot of it is done through indoctrination continuous emotional abuse and trauma throughout your life, however long that may be, by people like, Princella Clark, the Queen Maker and shit. He takes many forms and shit, blood related or not. And before I go to the upper room and go to glory, I want to help as many people as humanly possible to avoid that bubble of being in that motherfucker. Because I know how to get out of that motherfucker and shit, okay? And I'm not going to talk about it here. Alright? Just going to tell you that there will be another video coming up. And I'm going to use that graphic where you just see a woman's underwear. And I'm thinking about calling it skid mark panties. Skid mark panties. I'll explain more about that later and shit. But, that's the end of this introductory commentary on this biatch. Kings. I'm ending the video. You stay for these 3 rules and shit, okay? If nothing else, you stay for these 3 motherfucking rules. You pass that shit on, okay? You pay it forward. We need to be aware and safe, okay? In our own skin, in our own minds, in the flesh, okay? Kings. Keep your head on a swivel. Protect your bag, and above all else, and most importantly, do not make fallen women like the Queen Maker here. They be undercover. Do not make fallen women the stewards of your families. Do not make fallen women, underline do not, underline that shit. Do not make fallen women the mothers of your children. Okay, I can impress upon you that is the most important part in the modern society. Modern Western society, specifically in this manufactured ethnic black community, 3Ks and said that bitch. Do not make fallen women the mothers of your children, because those children are your future, they're your legacy. SYSBM equals save yourself, black men. All praise to the Most High.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3Ks inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.